What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's doing excellent. The weather is blistering in New Jersey. The dog days of summer are almost here, which means football is almost here, and we made it. Training camp is starting next week, so that's exciting. Today, the NFL made it official where the Jets will be on Hard Knocks. No surprise at all. When the biggest star in the sport is traded to the biggest media market in the sport, it's a slam dunk in terms of ratings and viewers and everything else. The Jets are under everybody's spotlight. And that's, I mean, some people are mad about it. They don't want the distraction. Some people are happy about it because you can get all the behind the scenes exposure. I really don't care. Just don't make it an excuse. This cannot affect your preparation. This cannot affect your growth, your chemistry, or anything else. There are more than enough veterans on this team to take care of that. Aaron Rodgers, CJ Mosley, DJ Reed, to keep this team a cohesive unit. But obviously when you have a big, you have Hard Knocks, you're going to have storylines. So here's some of the biggest storylines in my perspective. So the first one, obviously, is Aaron Rodgers, but not what everybody thinks. Obviously, you want to see, how is he working with his teammates, the chemistry, the behind the scenes, in the meeting rooms. But I wonder how much access they actually get to him. He plays some games with the media, and he's a kind of a private person. I don't think that, I'm really curious to see, so I'm sure he didn't want to be on Hard Knocks, how much, he does his normal press conferences, he has his media responsibilities, but will there be any little extra stuff even provided to HBO? And I'm not really sure about that. The second one, and I'm hoping this point is going to be wiped out in the next 4 or 5 days, is Quinnen Williams' contract, where it should have been done by now. I'm surprised it isn't. But as of now, nothing's been lost. There's been no fines because mandatory minicamp was canceled. So there's not really been any leverage. Now, this is the first time where Quinnen Williams can play hardball, say, you know what, I'm not reporting to camp until I get a new contract. Now, I talked to Zach Rosenblatt last night. He said, you know what? I don't think Quinnen's going to do that. Now, with the Hard Knocks cameras there, that's even a bigger story. Like, oh, Quinnen Williams, arguably one of the best players on defense, are not on the team, not in camp. Almost similar to that Revis stuff. That'll be a huge storyline. And again, for me, I'm surprised it got to this point. The money, everybody else in that same range, you have Lawrence and the guy in Tennessee, all the contracts have been done. So it's like, the parameters. If you're arguing about years, find a common ground. You got to bend a little, get the deal done. Quinnen is one of your own, and everybody in the locker room is watching. Sauce, Garrett Wilson, this is one of our own guys. He's done everything right. He's arguably one of the best players in his position in the NFL. He's earned the money, pay him. So hopefully that's not a story. Another story, obviously, I think is going to be Mekhi Becton and how he develops, with his health. Does he play right tackle? Does he play left tackle? How he handles himself? How the Jets' offensive line as a whole is handled with Dwayne Brown coming back from injury. But the Becton thing, especially if he gets a lot of camera time and shares his thoughts, is going to be a very interesting storyline, especially when he kind of wants to play left tackle. And I don't think he's going to be given that chance. Another storyline, to me, will be Zach Wilson. We all kind of forgot about him, but you figure if Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be given a lot, if he's not going to be providing a lot of access or behind-the-scenes information, the Zach Wilson story is interesting to a lot of outsiders. Is he growing with Aaron Rodgers? Is he getting any better? How is he handling this? He's going to be playing a lot because Aaron Rodgers probably won't play a lot in the preseason. They can follow him around a tremendous amount. So that's going to be one that it'd be interesting to see how Zach handles it and how the team handles it. The other one, obviously, when you have Sauce Gardner, one of the rising star in the sport, arguably one of the best corners in the NFL, a very popular guy, he gets a lot of attention. Him and Garrett Wilson would probably be a lot of storylines too, how they conduct their business, how they interact with teammates. And I think this is the one aspect I'm most curious about, is that they follow guys like Jermaine Johnson and Michael Clemens, those kind of guys. I'm really interested to see their work ethic and what they're doing behind the scenes. But this team has so many different ways they can go. But HBO is you're gonna find guys that they're gonna find somebody they want you to root for. Could be a Jason Brownlee. There's underdogs they want to root for. They're gonna show the young guys trying to make the team or get more reps. And they're gonna show the veterans. Maybe a veteran, maybe Denzel Mims is a storyline. He's kind of like that lost player right now, trying to find his way in the NFL. Can he make a mark for himself? So it's going to be interesting to see what players they focus on, but I think that's the direction they're going to go. You start with Rodgers, you work with the contract drama with Quinnen, you look at Mekhi Becton, who's been kind of like that social media spark every once in a while where things are going on. Then you look for the young guys and the guys that are just flashy, like Sauce. I'm curious to see how Saleh and his team, how his coaching staff handles it. Saleh is very well spoken, very respectful. Do you see any intense access behind the scenes in terms of how he conducts his practices. I've been to probably, I don't know how many of his practices, like 6 practices so far. You very rarely see Saleh get fired up. I saw him fired up against the Falcons last year when they were fighting a lot. You saw him get pissed off. So we'll see. But I'm not mad about it. I mean, listen, as fans, this is going to be a monumental season because it's probably the best team the Jets have had in a decade. It's the most exciting we've all been since, the Rex years. So hop on board, man. Enjoy the ride. And that's it. So be back live Monday night. Training camp starts next week. So we're going to be doing a lot more shows, a lot more coverage. We'll be going to training camp. We'll be doing live streams, or I'll be doing live streams for the preseason games. So stay tuned, and thank you for the support.